And as part of our community preparedness program, they're going to speak about natural health. So Dana and Frank, I turn the floor over to you.
Okay. So our topic tonight is going to be on natural healing and preventative medicine, kind of holistic in nature. I start out by saying shalom. I don't know if you're familiar with the word, but it means God's grace, peace, prosperity, health, wholeness, and blessings all in one word. So that's a great...
That's a mouthful.
What's this?
It means to life.
It's the life?
To life.
To life. So
Means
wholeness
means a lot.
Overall, you know. We want wholeness spiritually and naturally. And the Bible says in Proverbs that a cheerful heart's good medicine, but a broken spirit saps a person's strength. So laughter is good medicine. I want to talk real quick about supernatural. I believe in God and Jesus, and He is our healer ultimately. So I've been healed supernaturally on more than one occasion, sometimes praying for myself, other times having other people lay hands on me and pray for me. I have laid hands on people and prayed for them and had very good success in God healing them. In the Old Testament, Isaiah 53, 4-6 says, "Surely He has borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we esteemed Him stricken, smitten by God, and afflicted. But He was wounded for our transgressions, He was bruised for our iniquities, and the chastisement of our peace was upon Him, and by His stripes we are healed. All we like sheep have gone astray, we have turned every one to his own way, and the Lord has laid upon Him the iniquity of us all." And this is a picture of the cross and salvation, what Christ did for us. He not only died for our sins, but He also died for wholeness and health and provision. And in the New Testament, John 14:12 says, "Most assuredly I say to you, he who believes in me, the works that I do, he will do also, and greater works than these he will do, because I go to my Father, and whatever you ask in my name, that I will do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. If you ask anything in my name, I will do it." So the greater works is the laying hands on people and the healing the sick, and they will recover. So aside from the spiritual, He's given us a lot of things we can do in the natural. And one of the things I want to start off talking about is meditation. A lot of people talk about meditation and clear your mind, but clearing your mind is not necessarily a good thing. It opens the door to let evil in. If you're going to meditate, you should meditate on something specific. And biblically speaking, there's a lot of scriptures in the Bible to meditate on for healing if you need healing and health. Smoking. There's a reason why insurance rates are very high for smokers, because that's one thing that is not good for our health for many reasons, and we all know the reasons for that. Rest is very important. God created the world in 6 days, and on the seventh day He said rest. We all need downtime. We all need to know when our exhaustion levels. And we were talking about earlier that they were all very exhausted. So sleep and adequate rest is really, really important. Your brain functions better. Now for the basics, the water is very, very important. Drink lots of it. We all know this. I've been drinking charcoal filtered water since probably the 80s, so I can pretty much, in my opinion, tell if the water tastes good or not. You'll see me with water bottles, but usually they are filled with my own water from home. If you have like a lot of you guys live in the country, if you're on a well, you should probably have your water tested so that you know what's in it, and if you need filtration for specific things. Bottled water, a lot of people drink bottled water. Well, what's in the bottled water you don't necessarily know. A lot of it is just out of the faucet. Some of it has contaminants in it, and some of it is spring water, so it depends on where the spring is at, how clean the water is. If you're fortunate enough and have the finances, I would suggest a whole house filtration system, because we also absorb the chemicals, the chlorine and everything through our skin, as well as drinking the water. Anything on water?
Drink lots of it.
Drink lots of it, yeah. Cleanses, it cleans out all your toxins. Food, next, genetically modified foods. I don't know if you're familiar with that or not. You want to avoid genetically modified organisms as much as possible. They're linked to cancers and so many problems, damages your reproductive systems. Soy and corn there's like 9 major crops, but soy and corn are 2 of the largest genetically modified crops. And unfortunately, most processed foods has soy or soy lectin in it, high fructose corn syrup. So looking for organic, natural, whole foods is the best thing you can do for your system.
I always tell people if it came in a wrapper, it's not natural. Not natural. God didn't wrap the apple except in the skin.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the banana has a peel, etc., etc.
Orange.
Yeah, orange.
So if you're eating fruits and vegetables, raw is definitely the best form. We like to do a lot of things, cut steam with sea salt, or cut up sea salt and extra virgin olive oil, roasted, things like that. Meat, the best kind of meats you can get are grass-fed, hormone-free, free-range. We buy our beef, and in a few weeks we'll have our first side of pork from Benny's Best. He's off of 94. You can find organic farmers around, and most of them will talk to you about their practices and how they feed their livestock. That particular place also has chickens and eggs, and they do vegetables. They grow. They call it in an organic matter, but they don't claim to be organic because that costs a whole lot of money to do the processing there. Fish, if you can, wild caught's best. Farm raised is not necessarily good, especially if it comes from China. If you get tilapia from China, farm raised, they have the chicken coops on top, and the tilapia eats their poop. So that's why more and more people are going for wild fish. Anything on fish? Anything there? Grains. I know a lot of people are against the grains, but I'm not. I think the Old Testament, they were eating wheat's good enough for me. I just don't think you should make that one of your major components of your diet. I think if you're eating wheat, you should probably do whole grains, and you can get whole grain noodles, or even like spinach noodles, different things like that. Rice, things like, just the main thing, the whole grains is good. And then the dairy issue, we have a big issue in America. All our dairy is pasteurized and homogenized, which is not necessarily good for you. We found a farmer in Silex, Missouri, which is not close, that we get organic milk from, and we make butter from that. And the problem is they're so far away. So my mom or my sister goes up there. We all make phone calls or emails, and one person brings back for everybody. But because it's so far away, we don't get that very often. So my recommendation, if you're buying milk from the store, you buy Prairie Farms, because Prairie Farms, 90% or more of their milk comes from Heartland Dairy, and they do not do the bovine injections up there. So that's a good brand, besides buying the name organic without that in it, which adds another $2 or better to your gallons. And his favorite food is ice cream. So I have taken to reading the labels on the ice cream containers, and Blue Bunny vanilla bean ice cream is the only one I have found that have just the natural ingredients, just like 3 or 4 things, components in the ice cream, which milk is the main, or cream is the main thing. So that's a suggestion. Eggs, you can find more and more people that are raising eggs. You want cage-free is the most important thing. but if you get cage-free and hormone-free, that's better. Our farmer, I just found out, feeds a lot of corn, which is probably, it's genetically modified corn, so we're kind of looking at a couple other places. But you get the farm fresh age, you can barely crack the shell. You can really taste the difference. They're really bright yellow. You can hardly stand to eat an egg from the grocery store or at a restaurant after eating those for a while. Oils. Extra virgin olive oil, extra virgin coconut oil, flaxseed oil. Those are probably some of your better oils to cook with. The coconut oil you can do a lot higher temperatures than olive oil. A lot of the other oils, again, against the genetically modified. So a lot
sesame and oat good oil to cook with?
Sesame is another good oil. You get your healthy fats besides that from things like avocado, salmon, nuts, a lot of nuts, raw nuts.
Rapeseed oil, how does that
Rapeseed
stack
oil?
up?
I'm not sure. I think that's one of the better ones too, palm oil.
You don't want to use cottonseed oil.
Right.
No.
And canola oils, a lot of times, if you read the ingredient, there is no plant that's a canola plant, so you got to read the ingredients to see what the actual vegetable it is. Sweetener, you want to use honey or natural sugar or stevia, but you don't want to use the blue ones. Well, I don't know what's that called.
Aspartame.
Yeah, that has aspartame in it, and then the yellow has what's the yellow?
Sucralose, is it?
Well, it's Splenda. Read an article not that long ago and found out that I forget the company that they bought the recipe from, but it was made from it was created for something else. I don't remember, but the gist of it was they changed it. It was a genetically modified bacteria, and they changed their recipe and made a sweetener out of it. So
That's aspartame.
yeah, aspartame. That's the one I was looking for.
Yeah, don't want to use that either.
Salt, a lot of, high blood pressure, a lot of people have problems with. Well, that is because of the way that we
It's the way salt's processed today.
process
What
it.
they do is they remove all the minerals out of the salt and leave two, salt and add iodine. So there's like 84 trace minerals in regular sea salt. So if you're buying salt from the grocery store, find sea salt. Celtic sea salt's the best that we found. And you can put as much as you want on your food. It's not going to hurt you. It will not make you retain water. It won't make you bloat. It's just good for you.
And it's a
Celtic
Celtic
sea
sea salt. I actually, Eden Foods is the brand that we found that's really good. It's a hand harvested. And I found it first at Whole Foods, but I get it at Vitacost online now. This is not quite big enough for me. Let's see. And it's unrefined. You'll see sea salt at the grocery store. Most of the sea salts at the grocery store are refined just like any other salt. So you want the hand harvested salt. And then, I read somewhere to stay away from the pink Himalayan salt, to not use that as often. And then, let's see, what's next? Like your shampoos, conditioners, lotions, soap, stuff like that, you can find a lot of those in organic. I wouldn't suggest doing everything, switching everything at one time like what we did. We do one thing at a time. You run out of cornstarch, then I'd buy organic cornstarch. I run out of this, I'd buy that. So, one thing at a time. One of the things we have is green bean delivery, which is this right here. I have just this month, I guess because it is the season for vegetables, they deliver organic vegetables to the door. I think Doc's a member of that as well. So we do a $35 bin every 2 weeks. There's only 2 of us, and we get fruits and vegetables in our bin. And you can pick whatever you want. They send you an email. This is what's going to be in your box. Then you go online and you switch out whatever you want. And then right now they're offering, you get $20 off an order. And if someone wants to sign up, they get $20 off an order till September 18th. So if anybody's interested in that, give me your information and we can get you.
I don't know
try
how
out your
far
first
out they
box.
deliver. So
Yeah,
if you're
well-
not in St. Louis County,
Actually, this company's further. They're in 4 different states, so you need to go online and see if they actually deliver in your area, if you're interested in that. I like it. I'd still buy organic from the store, but the variety that they have and the fact that I can pick what I want, they have a very a lot of times better variety than the grocery store has. So on your fruits and vegetables, another option is Juice Plus. This is something I've been taking since 1998. You get fruits and they're dehydrated, and you get fruits and your vegetables. And I take the fruit in the morning, vegetable in the afternoon. Fruits are your cleansers, your vegetables are your builders. So I honestly believe that because of a good, healthy diet, I go to the doctor. We have a holistic MD, but I don't go because I'm sick. I go to try to maintain a good health so that I stay out of the hospital. The only time I went to the doctor besides just regular checkup is a brown recluse bite. And, that was nothing to mess around with. So if you want whole foods for nutrition, but if you're going to be taking vitamins, like our holistic doctor, he did blood work on us to find out what you're deficient in. So if you need vitamins, you want a food-based vitamin. Let's see, what we're doing is like he's put Frank on a B complex for energy, and then later he put me on it for my nails because my nails were really brittle. But the Rainbow Light is a really good brand, and you'll see here it says food-based. So if you look, when you're shopping, you want to find that. You don't want. Why do we not want fragmented vitamins?
Because they're fragmented, and they actually make them out of a petroleum base, and it's very hard for your body to digest and assimilate the product.
So we both have different cholesterol issues. So he put Frank on extra niacin, and then he put me on red yeast rice, and he said, "Don't take each other's pills because you have different issues." So cold vitamin C, we take not as regular probably as we should because we get it in other stuff, but it's a good cold fighter, cancer fighter. D3, I have an article here about vitamin D3. We take, it says for children 2,000 international units, and adult 4,000 to 5,000 international units to fight the flu, not just fight it to prevent flu. And so we started taking them. I couldn't find, I don't think I brought that one with me. I found one that was a 10,000, and monetarily wise, so I got that one, and we started taking it. And when we went in our next visit to the doctor, he kind of freaked out. He did blood work on us and found out, we're still kind of in the bottom end of the D range. So we were okay with that. Vitamin E is really good. You bite into a pill and pull the oil out for a cut in your mouth. Chapped lips if you have burn. I have a friend, Alan, that he was burned over 2/3 of his body, and the doctors pretty much told his mother to let him go. He wasn't going to survive. And every day she went and she would put vitamin E on him, and then she put aloe on him, and then she put vitamin E on him, and she'd pray over him, and vitamin E and aloe. And he has, the only way you know he'd ever been burnt was he has a scar right here. When he goes swimming, you see his scar, and the rest of his body is healed perfectly. Brain function, your memory, anger, lithium oratate's good, 5 to 10 milligrams. Fish oils, a lot of people are, now we need the oils because we're not getting enough in our diet. This is, I think I brought that one because a lot of them, you got to watch for mercury in your fish oils. So this one, I don't know if you can get this outside doctor's office. I think you can. I think you can at Neal's Pharmacy. But it's Ortho Molecular Products. They're a really good brand of fish oil. Frank has issues with allergies.
And I use Dehist. It's an all-natural product that my doctor turned me on to. But I've never had allergy problems, seasonal allergies. But I take this right at the onset of spring breaking out. The buds start popping and the allergies start hitting. No problems. You kind of got to load up on it and then kind of level off like 2 or 3 a day.
And just to backtrack for a second about the flu, we do not recommend taking flu shots. There's a lot of toxins in flu shots, and when you do, you sign a waiver saying if you die, your family can't sue them, and there's a reason for that. There's mercury, formaldehyde, aluminum, Triton X100, which is a detergent, polysorbate 80, carbolic acid, ethanol glycol, which is antifreeze, gelatin, and a bunch of different antibiotics that are in a flu shot. So I would highly recommend not doing that. Aloe vera plant or bottled. If you get aloe vera bottled, I would get a 100% natural. You have to keep it refrigerated. They're very good externally and internally, but only if it's the 100% aloe, not the stuff that you see on the shelf at Target or something that has other chemicals in it. Great for burns, cuts, sunburn, poison ivy. It's good. It's been known to help with acid reflux, acne, cancer, celiac disease, fatigue, and gum issues. Shingles, constipation, sore throat, ulcers, depression, burns, irritable bowel syndrome. A lot of that stuff can also be eliminated with a good organic diet. So then there's a bunch of different things over the counter. Apple cider vinegar, which you want to get an unpasteurized organic apple cider vinegar. Let's see what I have here. Good, let's see. Okay, here. Good. Treating osteoporosis, weight loss, leg cramps, pain, stomach, upset stomach, sore throat, sinus congestion, high blood pressure, arthritis, high cholesterol. It's good for detoxing the body, stimulating thinking, and reversing the aging process, and so on. And then there's baking soda bicarbonate, which if you get that, you want to get Bob's Red Mill brand because you want a brand of baking soda without aluminum in it. Baking soda has been known to, or it's good to help regulate your pH levels in your body. You have to be careful when you take it because you don't want to deplete vitamins and minerals out of your body. Let's see, it's good for acne, allergies, canker sores, bacterial infections, helps with burns, bee stings, cysts, fatigue, cough, congestion, gout, gum disease, and others. Cancer, which I'll talk about in just a few minutes, it's also a good cancer fighter, and I have a great testimony of my dad being healed of cancer just recently, and by doing the baking soda cleanse. Activated charcoal. Can we talk about that a little bit?
Activated charcoal is good for gum disease, bad breath, gas, and vomiting. You can use it externally as a poultice, and you can take it internally, like say for gas, you know, if you got gas, you just take a couple activated charcoal tablets, it'll fix you right up. It's a wonderful thing. It'll take poisons out of your system, overdoses. They use it in hospitals all the time for people that overdose for almost any kind of drug. It's amazing stuff. It has its properties or something. It's like a magnet. It's called adsorption, not absorption, but adsorption. A little bit of charcoal goes a long way, and it has a surface area that is just incredible, and stuff sticks to it, and your body passes it through.
So a couple of really good books I would recommend is charcoalremedies.com. And then if you want the science on it, this is Startling New Facts About the World's Most Powerful Clinical Adsorbent. And the remedies, you can look up any ailment you have and look up ways to treat it and how charcoal will help with that. This is probably one of the cheapest things that you can get for your medicine cabinet, along with peroxide and vinegar. I'll have these out here, and I have a list for you if you'd like.
You can use charcoal on animals too.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's like, what I got was a can like this for $20. I mean, it's awesome.
Walgreens, Walmart or something, is that where you get it?
No, I got it through.
Just don't drop it, because when it hits the ground,
I
it
have a
goes
list where I got it from.
everywhere.
I got it online.
Okay.
Colloidal silver, we learned a lot about that when Teresa talked about it. That is probably your best antibiotic used instead of antibiotic. You want to use that for fungus, for virus, parasites, single cell organisms. It helps with dandruff. We learned from her with dandruff, sinus infections, burns, disinfectants, pets with skin problems, diaper rash, and I think that's all I want to say because we're really pressed on time. Let's see. So food grade, there's food grade diatomaceous earth, which I've learned a lot just by researching for today. This has to be specifically food grade. If your pets have ticks or fleas, you can just dust them with it and it'll dehydrate the insects and kill them and their larvae. You can dust it around your lawns. You got to be careful. You want to wear a mask or something if you're dusting, or you can put water and spray it on your lawn. And you can take it internally to kill intestinal parasites. So again, it needs to be food grade, and then you need to research the recipes of how to do that. H2O2 is a food grade hydrogen peroxide. This isn't as inexpensive as the regular hydrogen peroxide, but a virus cannot live in an oxygenated environment. A friend of mine had shingles. That's another cure for shingles. Was suffering with it, and then we remembered about the oxygen, and as soon as he started taking it internally, the shingles healed within a day or two. The hydrogen peroxide, even at the store, the regular bottle you can use on canker sores, and they'll heal overnight.
Only use it externally.
Yeah, well, if you put it on canker sores,
So if
rinse
it's
your
not
mouth and
food
spit
grade,
it out.
don't drink it.
Right.
And you gotta, it's 35%, it will burn you. So you have to mix it down to 3 to 5%.
Before you drink it?
Yes,
Or-
Yes.
you can drink it,
All right.
but you can't drink it at 35%, it'll burn you.
Wow.
It'll just burn you.
So again,
So you
viruses
have to be very
can't live
careful
in
with
it.
it.
All right.
Yeah.
And it's I forget what kind of oxygen it is, but it takes like 1/1000th of a second for your body to convert it to usable oxygen in your system. And it just oxygenates your whole body. And what it's good for is like when you get older and you live a sedentary life and all this crap piles up in your bloodstream and you get arthritis and you need a cane and you can't hardly move around. Well, it's because you lack oxygen in your blood. And your blood needs to be about 94% oxygenated in order to feel real good. And once you get down to about 85%, you feel like crap
Right.
all the time. So, I mean, it's just a good way to oxygenate your own blood. Don't tell your doctor because they'll think you're nuts.
And if you do spill some on yourself, it will start eating the
Well, when
35% will start
when
eating
you
your
go to the doctor,
skin.
they put that little thing on your finger and test your oxygen levels.
Yeah.
That's weird. I mean, that they would think that, but still they test your oxygen
Well,
level.
the H2O2 was researched a lot back in the 20s,
Yeah.
and then the information was suppressed.
Wow.
So,
And
and we all know why, because, the pharmaceutical
want us-
companies want you to
they-
buy the
yeah.
drug.
And like I said, if you do get it on your hands at 35%, what I found, I couldn't find anything that would get it off and stop the burning until antibiotic appointment. Neosporin, believe it or not, worked to neutralize it. But so be very careful mixing it down, and then you can get books or whatever on the proper recipes to mix down for internal uses. Herbs is really important. You can add herbs to your meals for nutrition. Cayenne pepper is really good for stomach aches, cramping, gas, varicose veins, allergies, constipation. It revs up the metabolism and pushes toxins out of the body. Turmeric is one of the next big herbs I'm going to be studying because I'm learning a lot about the value of turmeric. It's supposed to be another cancer fighter. I would suggest if you want to know about herbs to talk to Doc about it because he is a professional herbalist. So we'll skip on to honey. If you're buying honey, you want to get local home honey because it helps to prevent your allergies and stuff where you're at, preferably with the comb in it. It's really good for sore throat. Let's see. Blackstrap molasses is another one that I'm learning about that's supposed to be really, really good for you. One of the, let's see, regular Olay molasses is the first or second boiling of cane sugar, while blackstrap is the third boiling of the syrup. Iron levels appear to increase 5% in the third boiling. Contains iron, calcium, copper, manganese, magnesium, selenium, and B6. Let's see, it's known to help cure cancerous tumors, fibroid tumors, anxiety, constipation, heart palpitations, anemia, arthritic pain, joint pain, acne, and so on. It's said to turn gray hair back to its original color, so we're curious to see if that's going to work.
We may have some.
It says it'll alleviate menstrual cramping. There's a video that I have a link to that I can give you about someone who's a Navy guy, he's out of the military, he was a military guy, and he goes through all these things. He's at his home and tells you about all these different supplements he takes and why, and kelp, seaweed was one of them, kelp, that he was just eating the whole time he was talking, like, going on through it. Because of the iodine levels, it protects your thyroid against radiation poisoning. I don't know if you all know, because of Fukushima and all the stuff coming over in the air and in the water, now they're testing crops out in Florida, which most of our California, most of our food in the United States comes from there, and a lot of it's already being tested with radiation in it. So you might want to do something or take something to help protect against radiation poisoning. Lugol's iodine is one of the things you can do for that as well. It's good for your thyroid health.
It's also an antibiotic, an antiviral, and an antiseptic.
Living clay. Let's talk about that real quick.
Living clay. Calcium bentonite clay. Nature's own miracle cure. This is a book by Perry A. This is a great book, very informative. I would have never thought that eating clay would be the way to go, but it's an amazing substance. You can use it a lot like you can use charcoal. It's very similar. It adsorbs, takes toxins out of your body, but it also does things on a cellular level with your body because it actually has magnetic properties in it. So when you use it, you don't want to touch it with a metal spoon or mix it in a metal container or something with a metal lid. I take about 2 tablespoons, shake it up, let it sit for 15 minutes, shake it up again, and drink it. I just find that internally it's the best. It's good for your skin. It's good for every function in your human body. It's an amazing substance.
So that's another book that has a lot of the remedies and recipes in there for it. His testimony is his fingernails had a fungus, and the doctors, anything we've tried has not worked. And since he's been doing this, he now actually has.
I tried all their pills, and I didn't like them. And my nails were
healthy
really
nails.
bad, and they're starting to get pink again, and easier to deal with, and they're not as brittle as they used to be.
Are you taking it internally or putting your
Internally.
fingers in
I
it?
take it internally.
Okay.
And where do you get this stuff?
That's
Online.
another online thing. Livingclay.com.
Yeah.
And it has to be calcium bentonite clay.
Yeah, there's different kinds, and you want what this book is offering. It's let's see if I can find that part. Go ahead and talk about something else for a second.
Okay. Let's see. Probiotics. If you ever have to take antibiotics for something serious, you want to take some probiotics because the antibiotics will kill all the bacteria in your system, good and bad. But the best ones you can get are like Whole Foods. They have to be refrigerated. If they're not refrigerated, they're probably not live and good. So you want to get really a good mixture of bacteria that's in it. They're good for your gut. They're good for your digestive system. So you want to keep those levels up if you're on antibiotics. Witch hazel, really cheap thing. Like I don't know if you're familiar with that. Grandma always had it in the house. Well, something at what do you call it? Like Walgreens or something like that, where you would get your H2O2, your peroxide. They'll have witch hazel. It's only $1 or $2, and that I found is really, really good on bug bites and poison ivy, helps to dry it up and soothe it. Essential oils is something I'm learning about. I just became a part of Young Living, which I saw they were down at the expo. I was kind of curious about that. There's something in all the plants on the earth that are here to help heal our bodies. So with the oils, there's something in all the oils. So you want pure oils. I know orange oil is good, another cancer fighter. They have like purification for insect bites and acne, peace and calming, kind of says it all. Lavender is good for help to peace. Valor helps speed healing and inflammation. Panaway is a blend for pain. Thieves helps to prevent sickness and helps with sore throats and cold sores. Stress Away helps to reduce tension. And then they have specific oils too that are just like orange oil or lemon oil, different things. So there's different healing methods without going into a whole lot of that you can just, there's oil for everything. So back to cancer real quick. We've orange oil, mistletoe, vitamin C, turmeric, sodium bicarbonate. Let me see this really quick. I'm gonna tell you about my dad's story. I would read this really fast. It'd be easier to do that than try to tell a story real quick. He noticed something. He had a throat cancer that is like the most aggressive cancer there is. He was exposed to Agent Orange in Vietnam, and he's already survived skin cancer and prostate cancer. And so last year in July 2013, he noticed something in his throat, and well, I guess I probably won't read that because this is too much detail. Anyway, they ended up finding out it was cancerous, removing it, and he had a gut tube to feed. And then just this time that it was supposed to pull the gut tube out, they found more cancer in his throat. It was growing again. They found it in his lungs, and so he had to start chemotherapy and radiation, and he was doing mistletoe treatments and vitamin C treatments at the same time, and if he wasn't getting those treatments, he wasn't moving at all, pretty much.
Mistletoe treatment, I thought mistletoe was very poisonous.
I don't know a lot about it yet, but I know I have a link. You can go learn about it. I know he was doing that through our doctor's office. We have the same doctor, and he's a holistic MD.
I think that's internally?
It's intravenously.
Yeah, intravenous.
And so then while he was researching things online, he found the baking soda therapy. And another gentleman, he had 12 days before they went in to start a treatment plan for the cancer in his lungs. And the guy on the internet also had 12 days before he went in. And both of them was cancer-free within 12 days. So he gives a recipe on what to do, how to do it, and all that. And you want to get your pH up to 8. You know, you have to get pH strips and test your pH levels, and then you want to get it up to 8, but you don't want to keep it or that too long. Like I said earlier, it will deplete your body of minerals and everything. So it's just a matter of a 1 to 2 week treatment period. And apparently you can do this for other issues as well. But I can email you the information if you know anybody who has cancer. Would probably be very curious to see this. And I mean, baking soda is what, a couple of dollars. And they said, I read an article here too, that when they treat you with chemotherapy, they also have the bicarbonate in with the therapy, or the treatment will kill you. So that's one of the only reasons that you don't die from chemotherapy, is because that helps because of the toxins. So anyway, real quick, food storage. If you're storing food, I would suggest glass or stainless steel, Mylar food bags, or like Food Saver products. If you're using baggies, I would use them short-term only, because of the way that we've been trying to live for the past 10 years. If I put something in a baggie, like nuts in a baggie, and I leave them in there for a long period of time, I can taste plastic toxins on the nuts. So the testimony is there's something there that's probably not good for you. You know, taking your lunch to work or for a few days or whatever, probably not a problem. Microwave, if you're going to use a microwave, I would only use it to reheat food or do defrost. I wouldn't defrost, I wouldn't cook with it. You don't want to use it for long, you don't want to microwave your food long times, or avoid the microwave. If you are using it, I would use glass containers or what's our plates, stoneware or whatever,
Stoneware.
with a glass lid. Don't use plastic or saran wrap in the microwave. They've done studies, and the toxins from that gets in your food. If you're interested in ordering anything off of VitaCost and you're not a member, you can go online and just sign up. They have a refer a friend thing, $10 off if you want to do that. I'd recommend. It's a great place to buy your vitamins and stuff. They're super cheap, and then they have a lot of organic food and all kinds of stuff delivered to your house for free. I think it's $40 or more an order, which is really easy to do for anything anymore. Our doctor is Christian Wessling. If you're interested in a holistic MD, they'll try to figure out what your issues are and he tries to cure you naturally so that you don't have to take chemicals. If you have an issue that, he'll prescribe you pain pills if he has to, or antibiotics or whatever, but, he always tries to take care of you the natural way first. Holistic Pharmacy for medicines also besides VitaCost. Neil's Pharmacy, I got some of their business cards here, and I got a couple of their brochures about them. Herbal remedies, homeopathy, essential oils. They have skincare products and all that. And their compounding pharmacy, when Frank has thyroid issues and he takes Armour Thyroid, and for a while the government, I don't know what happened, why they weren't making that dosage. And we could go there and they would compound it for him. Let's see, and then I just found one, Jennifer's Pharmacy and Soda Shop in Clayton, so it's a lot closer to us. That's a good place. And actually, on their website, our doctor's website had a link to both of to 3 different ones. One of them is actually right down the street here somewhere on this road, I think. But I don't know if they do all the natural stuff, but they do compounding. But we found this Nature's Plus Source of Life Gold tablets. It's not cheap. She gave it to us 10% off, which was $90, which is the same price it was on VitaCost. So that's 180 tablets, 3 tablets a day. That's enough for both of us for a month, so it'd be $45 a month. But we're hoping that with this product, we can get rid of a lot of the other ones, not necessarily all of them, because when you look at this is all out of Whole Foods. And it has selenium in it. It has the kelp in it. It has all these different things that we're learning that every time they tell you you need this, you need this, you need this, and we're like, gosh, another supplement, another thing. But this seems to have just almost everything all in one pill, so that might be worth it. And the testimonies I've read are people our age and older that are saying, I used to be a couch potato. Now I actually feel like I can live life. I have energy again, and this and that. So maybe we will or we won't. We'll find out. We'll let you know. But the key is building your own immune system, so you don't need a doctor. So you're healthy at all times. Like I said, we don't normally go to the doctor because we're sick, because we just don't get sick. EarthClinic.com. That's what you want to write down. That's the world's largest collection of natural cures. I found it by accident a month or so ago, and that's where I did a lot of research and the things that I am just learning about that I had no idea, like blackstrap molasses and the food grade sodium bicarbonate, different
What was the
things.
name again? A quick Earth Cure?
EarthClinic.com. They have on their site, you can go, they have the main different natural things that you can look up and then see what they're good for, or you can go in and say, I have allergies, and click A for allergies, go to allergies, and then they'll tell you the different things that are good for allergies, and then people will blog about what worked for them. And it's kind of figuring out where your body's at and what you need for your body. So I've been to a lot of different sites. That's probably gonna be my absolute favorite site. Then I have a list of books for you if you're interested in books, and then websites, and like the sea salt we talked about, different things like that, all in one spot. So if you would like, or if you're interested in all that on one page or 2 pages, there it is. The living clay stuff, livingclay.com, but turmeric protects against 31 different chemicals. Charcoalremedies.com, where's the one I'm thinking of? It's another naturalnews.com is a really, really good website as well. And then on to the GMO thing. If you're up to fighting against GMOs, they have justlabellit.org or ewg.org to help sign petitions, to our government, because the FDA is not protecting us anymore. So, just different ways to help to get GMOs labeled or non-GMO products labeled a mandatory. And that's all listed on here. And then there's another one, curezone.org, which is a forum, which I haven't really looked at yet. A friend of mine just sent that to me, so I put it on here. It's so people write in. So anyway, with that said, I made a list, or got a sheet. You can put your name and email if you want it, and then if you want, I have a healthcare friends list that I've compiled. So if I don't send a whole bunch of crap to these people, but if I think this is a really good article they might want to know about, then I'll email it to my healthcare friends. So that's a list. Copy of the book and link list. Today's outline I can give you. If you want a Vitacost referral or green bean delivery or essential oil, just check off which one you're interested in, and I'll do my best to email you the information on that. Or if you want to, you can pass around. If you want on a specific topic, just write that underneath your name, and I'll email what I have on that. And I think that's about. I mean, I could have gotten a lot more detail about different things specifically, but I think that's about it. Anything else?
Nope.
Drink lots of water and get rest. And eat good, eat healthy. Any questions?